procrastination isn't just about laziness or lacking the willpower to do something. A lot of the times procrastination is deep rooted into our emotions and our trauma. So either feeling discomfort or having fear of failure or just having anxiety towards a task for whatever reason. And so in order to trick your brain into never procrastinating again, we have to rewire ourselves and our mindset on how we look at procrastination, how we look at the task that's at hand that we have to do, and how we can overcome all of those fears, all of those anxieties, all of those not wanting to's, and chugging along and just getting it done. Because at first it's going to feel scary, but then after a while, after you get used to it, after you've kind of been in it, it becomes less and less of that avoidant behavior. So hi, my name is Geraldi. I decided to do a YouTube video challenge where I uploaded 30 videos in 30 days in the month of May, just so I can do a couple things. Number one, get closer to my overall goal of becoming monetized on YouTube, because my goal is to become a full-time content creator, and in order to do that, I want to become monetized. The second reason why I did that was because I wanted to show myself and show the audience what consistency, commitment, and discipline look like, and through those findings come back to these videos and kind of teach you everything that I've learned about that. So it's kind of like a take a long journey with me since I've started this channel, and I've made so much progress towards my goals. I will put the tracker up on the screen. So I wanted to kind of teach myself what overcoming procrastination looked like, because I was a huge procrastinator. I wanted to procrastinate everything in my life, but as we all know, it's not going to lead you to anywhere productive. So what did I do? I decided to not become that person, rewire my brain, and this is how I did it. And so I'm going to teach you the ways that I tricked myself into never procrastinating again. So number one, your brain is protecting you. So when you feel this need to procrastinate, a lot of the time it's your brain wanting to protect you from a task that you dread. So you're dreading it because, let's say, you have to speak in front of people, and so that scares you. It scares you, and you're sending signals to your brain of like, we don't want to do this, something bad is going to happen, and danger, danger, danger. And so you push and push and push of studying for this presentation, working on the presentation, working on your speaking skills. You dread the fact that you push back on even creating this PowerPoint, and so when it becomes time for you to actually present, you're not prepared, you're not ready, and it kind of just blows up in your face, and then you never want to do this again. And so thus becomes a cycle of procrastination just because of this one experience. So your brain is just trying to protect you from something that you are dreading. So if this is the case, we have to tell our brains that we are okay, whether it's in affirmations or just saying it in your head, like, we are okay, I'm just scared because of this. But this takes a lot of internal work and a lot of internal breaking down psychologically what is happening with yourself. So I created this PDF for 8 different ways on how to overcome procrastination, because it's not just one single thing. Like I said, it's not just laziness. It's so many different reasons why someone is going to procrastinate. I still procrastinate based on my anxiety, but that does not mean I'm not going to not do the task. I'm still going to do it, but I have to first come up with the reason why this is happening to me. Why am I procrastinating? So I came up with a PDF file that could help you differentiate what is the underlying feeling, what is the underlying emotion that's causing this procrastination. And so if you're interested in that PDF, it's free for anybody to have. I'll link it down below. You will also get signed up for my emailing list. It's called the Silva Success Strategies. So you will get signed up for that emailing list. But alongside, you will get that free PDF on 8 different ways on how to overcome procrastination. But like I said, your brain is protecting you. So what do we have to do? We have to trick our brains into understanding that we're not in a life-threatening situation. Okay, we are in a embarrassment life life-threatening situation, but it's not death. It's just embarrassment at the end of the day, because it's embarrassing for me to upload these videos and then post it on my Instagram story for all of my high school friends, all of my family members to see that I'm trying to put myself out there, that I'm not getting any views on my videos. I mean, now I am, but before I wasn't. Like, it's so embarrassing. And so yeah, I would procrastinate not wanting to advertise myself or post myself online. So again, it's not a life-threatening situation, it's just an embarrassment life-threatening situation. So understand that your brain is just trying to protect you, and figure out what is this underlying emotion that is causing your brain wanting to protect you. And just remind your brain, we are safe, we're not going to die, we are just not in a situation that I would love to be in, but once it's done, it's done. Once it's over, it's over. And hopefully that's something that can help. So number 2 thing about procrastination is that most people are not leaders. And what do I mean by this? So there comes a time where you are always given 2 choices. The choice to go after your goals and make the life that you want to live, or choose the way that most people take, right? So let's say it's you want to get straight A's. Who doesn't want to get straight A's? Who doesn't want to get good grades? Who doesn't want to graduate, right? So you can either choose to stay home and study, which not a lot of people take, or you can choose to go out with your friends and go party and go to that school event, or go to the club, or go to that family event, like whatever the case. Like, your friends are inviting you out and you have 2 choices. You can either miss out on that fun adventure, or you can stay home and study and get that goal that you've always wanted to take. So most people are not going to always choose the right thing, because the right thing is always the hard thing to do, right? Leaving a relationship that's not good for you is super hard. Staying home to study when you really want to go out with your friends is super hard. You choosing to take lunch every single day and trying to pay off debt is super hard. Like, all of these right choices are super hard, but always making the good choice is going to always lead you closer to the life that you want to live. And most people just aren't leaders in that way. They're not leaders in their own life. I'm not telling you to lead anybody else but yourself. However, they want to join the masses of, I'm gonna get FOMO, I want to have the nicest looking cars, I want to go out with my coworkers and spend all of this money on lunch every single day. Like, I want to join the masses. And that is where a lot of people fall to this peer pressure. That is where a lot of people fall to doing things that are not good for them. People aren't leaders. Most people are not going to choose the opposite way, because there's a lot of flack that kind of happens when you choose the opposite way. Either people are going to call you boring, they're going to call you like, oh man, like, you're so strict, you're so boring, you're so you're not fun, and like all of these negative things that come with always having to choose the right choice, always having to choose the life that you want to live, always putting up these boundaries. People just don't like boundaries, and so they prefer for you to always choose the bad thing, because people want to keep you at their level. However, if you want to level up your life, if you want to go above and beyond, you unfortunately have to leave the masses behind to become the leader that you truly are. And I don't mean for this to become like a motivational speaking video, but it's true. In order to have what you've never had, you have to do what's never been done. And what's not being done is choosing to stay home and study and do the right thing. That is where you're going to see that lifestyle change for you. So you're gonna have to kind of prepare for all of this backlash to happen, because no one's going to understand it, right? No one's gonna want to understand that, oh, why is she always canceling on us and staying home to study? Like, who does she think she is? Like a brain surgeon? Does she think that she's like in Harvard when this is just a community college? Like, who does she think she is to not want to come out and hang out with us and have fun? they're going to have a lot of backlash. And it just goes to show that they're probably not people that you should probably have around your circle if they're going to be talking to you about this. They should always be wanting to cheer you on, like, okay, yeah, study, go stay home, it's fine, like you can come out with us the next time. You know what I mean? So most people just aren't leaders in that way to always make the right choices for them. So how do you build that? Well, you always continue to do what is right. Most people know what is right for them, but they want to choose not to do that and instead want to pay for a service to help them choose the right thing, because again, they just aren't leaders within themselves. So start picking the right thing. When options come about, when options are presented in your hands, choose the thing that is always going to benefit you, and the thing that isn't going to benefit you will have its time when it is time. It will come at its time when it becomes that season. Like, you're not in school forever. At some point you're, in summer where there's not really a lot of schools. Maybe that's your time to be able to go out and have fun once you're done with your classes, or once you graduate, that's when you can go out and have fun with your friends. But always always put yourself in the mind of, what would a leader do? What would someone who wants this life, what are the choices that they would take in order to achieve that? And if it's not aligned with the choices that you are making, then you probably shouldn't be taking them. Before we get to the last point of this video, are you feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or constantly putting things off? What if I told you that you can break this cycle in 7 days? So I created a workbook called the 7-Day Workbook Guide to Stop Procrastinating and Build Discipline. This is a 29-page curated worksheet workbook that takes you day by day to help you break that cycle and to finally become disciplined enough to go after your goals. We all know this feeling. The pressure builds up, the to-do list continues to grow, and things are constantly being thrown at you. And the more that's thrown at you, the more that you want to put off, and the more that you want to avoid. But I created this book with the person in mind who just cannot get themselves unstuck. The person who just sees themselves as just the laziest person out there. The person who just can't figure out how to get out of the stage of motivation, dropping off, and never continuing on. I wrote this person in mind. And so if you are feeling that if you are exactly that person, if you are somebody who just cannot for the life of you get unstuck from procrastinating, you're just this type of person that you've tried all the methods and just nothing ever sticks, and you cannot be consistent and you cannot be disciplined, then this workbook is for you. So this workbook gives you a clear, practical roadmap to stop procrastination and start building the discipline you need to achieve your goals, the discipline that you need to succeed. So over the next 7 days, you'll work through simple, actionable exercises that will help you identify the root causes of your procrastination, set realistic and achievable goals that you'll actually follow through on, develop the habits that creates long-lasting discipline, and beat overwhelm and stay on track to accomplish no matter what distraction comes your way. So this is a 7-day action plan that gives you a day-by-day clear path and a clear approach designed for busy people, so you can start seeing results right away. So if you're interested in that, then my workbook will be linked down below in the description if you want to go check it out. And I also don't forget to also sign up for the newsletter so you can receive that free PDF file. So the last thing, this is kind of a way to trick your brain to never procrastinate again, is to fake a deadline. So I always have this question in mind, like, why I've had this question in mind. Why is it that majority of us can wake up and go to work every single day even though we dread it, but we cannot work on our goals at home when we dread it? When we dread doing the discipline, when we dread doing the work. And a lot of things come to mind, right? The reason why we all go to work is there's somebody holding us accountable, which is a lot of time our bosses. There's money that needs to be made so you can pay off your so that you can pay your bills. There's people who depend on you. There's so many reasons why somebody will still wake up and go to work, even though they hate their job, even though they dread their job, even though they wish they could have a different job. They still wake up and they still show up every single day. And why can we not take those same disciplinary skills that we do show up to our work? Why can't we take those same skills and do it for our own goals, for our own businesses or our own achievements? Because every single day that you show up, you're building somebody else's platform, you're building somebody else's empire. You're never building your own. All you're doing is just getting paid for your time. So why is it that you cannot pay yourself with your own time? Yes, you don't have employees to do all of this hard work, but when you're starting off, why is it okay for you to allow somebody else to pay you for your time? But for yourself, who desires this life, why is it okay for you not to show up and grant yourself with the life that you've always wanted to live? Why is that not okay? And something that's helped me trick my brain into never procrastinating is to fake that deadline, fake that accountability, that if this doesn't happen for me, if I'm not showing up and posting videos, if I'm not showing up and creating content, then I will forever and always be stuck building someone else's life instead of building mine. And faking that deadline of, I have to upload a video 3 days out of the week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I have to show up every single day because somebody on the other side, which is myself, is holding me accountable that if I don't do this, I'm gonna be stuck here forever. And that's not the life that I want to live. It's not. So fake that deadline. Create that accountability. Create these people in your head that if you don't do what has to be done, then there are going to be real consequences that are going to happen if you don't study, if you don't pay off your debt, if you don't write that book, if you don't build that business that you've always been wanting to have. If you don't do this stuff, what is going to happen? What is that fake deadline? Is someone going to fire you? Is somebody going to not... Are you just always going to live the life of dread of every single Monday you're dreading work? Every single week you're dreading those meetings and that presentation, or you're dreading forever and always taking those tests? What are you dreading? What is it that's going to not motivate you but push you towards building the life that you want? Because again, it's just not fair that you're not doing this for yourself. It's not fair that you're not showing up for yourself that should be promised to you. Really hoped this helped in some way or capacity. So if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe so I know to make more content like this. And please comment down below what videos you want to hear from me, what videos you want to see from me, and please don't forget to subscribe, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Thank you. Bye. Mwah.